Previously, in DC's Tomorrowverse.
Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching Justice League Warworld. So Bill, what did you think of Justice League Warworld?
This might have been the weirdest non-anime movie they've made.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it. It was kind of a little hard to follow, and the whole setup of the different vignettes of them being in different worlds seems like on paper it should be cooler than it actually is. It's the Wonder Woman one was pretty cool in the Wild West. The Batman one kind of immediately disappointed me only because for a really dumb reason. He lost his Batman helmet right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was just like, are you serious? It's I'm not even getting to see Barbarian Batman look like Barbarian Batman. He's just Bruce Wayne with long hair.
Yeah, I get that. It's weird. It's because when I heard they were doing Justice League Warworld, and in the last movie, Legion of Superheroes, had the post-credit scene where Superman and Batman got abducted, seemingly, by presumably Mongol. I was like, oh, are they going to do a thing in the Justice League cartoon where they're trapped in this gladiator world where they got to fight to survive? And wasn't that? It was weird because you had Wonder Woman in her Old West adventure, Batman in a Conan the Barbarian ripoff world, Superman was in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Legitimately, that section reminded me of an old episode of the Twilight Zone I saw when I was a kid.
Huh. Yeah, that's, now that you point that out to me, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was just the Twilight Zone.
I'm pretty sure there was an old episode of the Twilight Zone where there's a bunch of people in a diner and they're was there an alien ship or something? And then everybody leaves or dies or whatever, and then there's just two guys left, and then it turns out they're both aliens from different planets.
Okay.
Yeah, one guy had 3 arms and another guy had 3 eyes.
Nice. That's pretty fun. We should have watched that instead of this.
Oh, shot fired.
I mean, I don't hate it, but it was just very hard to follow and be interested in.
I think the problem is, if you didn't see the epilogue of the previous movie, you'd be like, what? How did this happen? What's happening?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of missing information, and they don't give enough of it to us to try to straighten it out, because I think this Wonder Woman is not from their world.
Yeah, she has that line to Superman where she's you're so young compared to my Clark, and I was just wait, what? What are you talking about, Wonder Woman?
I don't know if she's supposed to be the one we met previously in Justice Society World War II. I don't know, because that was technically a different universe.
Yeah.
And I know I'm pretty sure Batman and Superman are supposed to be the ones that we saw in Legion of Superheroes and whatnot.
Okay.
I think.
I would hope.
I guess. I mean, clearly this is a different version of Martian Manhunter that they had never met before. The problem is the 3 of them have amnesia, and only Wonder Woman kind of gets her memories back. Batman and Superman never do. And if they got their memories back, maybe we could have gotten a little bit more clarity, but we don't.
Yeah, it's so uneven because it has Mongol in it. Mongol usually is a pretty fun DC villain. This version of Mongol was just underwhelming, and it was the whole point of the Warworld was it's the ultimate weapon, but it's powered by people's misery, I guess.
Yeah, so they got these people trapped in these artificial realities, feeding on their negative emotions and pushing them into dark places, which explains why Jonah Hex was evil in this.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. There's also another plot where there's white Martians involved, and I guess John Jones, Martian Manhunter, is the last green Martian, and I guess it's implied that the Martians built Warworld because they can unlock its full potential or something.
Apparently they need the DNA of a white Martian and a green Martian, and they can only find the one as they travel through the multiverse, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing.
It was confusing. It was very confusing.
I mean, it wasn't all bad. The different worlds were kind of neat. There was some solid action. Lobo shows up.
I mean, I'd argue Lobo's kind of like the best part of the movie when he showed up.
Yeah, I mean, he comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's seemingly working for Mongol, but he's Lobo, so he's got his own agenda.
Yeah, he wants to like make the Warworld his world instead.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a couple of good lines in there, but you know, it's kind of funny where he like is just like, "Don't worry, Martian Manhunter, I'll let you get in one good hit on him before he kills you," and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, because Lobo is crazy in like a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I just feel so underwhelmed by this movie, and it's a little disappointing because most of the DC animated movies, like, I genuinely usually really like, but this one, it's just like right off the bat, it's just like, I'm confused. What's happening? Like, why is Wonder Woman in the Wild West? And it almost feels like, you know, underwhelming, another word I'm saying, but the whole like tone of the movie is just kind of like boring most of the time.
Did this movie need to be R-rated?
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm not against R-rated stuff, not at all, hardly, not especially with these animated movies. I'm Mr. Carnage, but it's just like, okay, you had some gratuitous violence sprinkled out, and you got an R rating, and I don't know, it just didn't seem to really amount to much.
It's weird too because like in the Tomorrowverse movies, the ones that have not been R-rated have had like holy shit moments of violence, and in this I can't even think of like one like, oh my god.
I guess
like,
the most violent stuff is like the headshots in the Old West portion.
Yeah.
Like those are like, oh, and then there's like the one dude that gets like incinerated into a skeleton. I was like, oh, okay.
That's right. That guy that just was like, he was a skeleton the whole time.
in the weird Conan the Barbarian world, which is from some comic called Warlord, who I looked it up on my phone, was in at least one episode of Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that guy.
Yeah.
It's not an episode I've rewatched too much, I guess.
Yeah, there were some obscure characters, I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
Snapper Carr.
Yeah, you pointed him out. I was just like, why does that guy have a flower in his hat?
Oh no, that was Batlash.
Oh, Batlash.
Snapper Carr was the name of one of the people in the diner that turned out to be aliens, but Snapper Carr is usually a reporter in the DC universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that guy recognized from Justice League Unlimited, Batlash.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jonah Hex, he's somewhat known. He had a movie that nobody saw.
He did have a movie.
Hey, Hex, what happened to your face? Cut myself shaving. What happened to yours?
I think his movie had Megan Fox in it.
It did. It did.
Wow. What a weird, weird thing. And I think he was played by Thanos.
He was played by Thanos.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Thanos, Jonah Hex, and Cable. They
Yeah.
all fused together into the ultimate comic book character.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, you know, I guess, like, I don't have too much to say about this, like, Justice League movie, except for saying, you know, I wish I liked it more. The most annoying thing with these movies lately is, like, the sequel hooks. I mean, we get, like, Jean Grey that shows up at the end. I mean, you said she's Harbinger.
Yeah, it was Harbinger.
And she's just like, you've got to prepare for the crisis.
You gotta prepare for the next movie, Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I'm really getting tired of movies trying to sell me on sequels.
To be fair, these animated movies only really do that with the two-parters, like Long Halloween and Death of Superman and Dark Knight Returns.
And we know what we're in for those ones, but
Yeah.
now it's just like, oh, like, these are just all being, like, sequel baited. It almost feels like it's like we made this movie as like a, like, in between to tell you about the next movie, but nothing really happens in this movie.
I feel like they had an idea that they wanted to do something semi-Elseworldsy, but they also wanted to set up their Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, which I feel like they've teased a few other times.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like a couple different ideas that just feel like they never really got fleshed out. Because the movie literally just like stops. This is like 90 minutes. It's one of the longest ones they've done outside of like the two-parters that they've edited into one.
And it does feel long. I kind of like found myself being like, I feel kind of sleepy. Like,
I mean, I did see you were just like curling up on a pillow at one point.
the pillow against the wall, and I was just like, yeah.
I'm like, I looked over there at you. I was like, oh, that's a bad sign. And I was like, well, my phone's in my hand. That's also a bad sign. Get back in the pocket, phone.
What's going on Reddit? But, yeah, you know, I guess, like, the next big movie will be Crisis on Infinite Earths.
And will that be the last one? Well, I guess technically no, because Watchmen is getting a movie, too.
Yeah, which is kind of like, why?
Haven't we said enough about Watchmen?
I mean,
Alan Moore's mad enough,
yeah,
guys.
he's a wizard.
Leave him alone.
He's gonna curse you.
I mean, to be fair, I'm curious to see what it would look like.
Yeah.
Because it'll probably be fine.
I mean, I guess it's gonna be like...
Will it be a two-part movie?
Yeah.
I hope it's a two-part movie. Watchmen's dense.
That's what I was thinking about, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Cause
Yeah.
Is that gonna be two parts, or are they just gonna be like, it's all in one?
Because they usually announce, like, 2, 3, or sometimes 4 movies.
Yeah.
But they've only announced 2. So, I guess, unless they're both two-parters, like, they didn't really give any information. They just gave titles. And be like, coming next year. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Will Crisis on Infinite Earths be the swan song? Because everything's got to be in the shared universe now coming up. I don't know.
That terrifies me about DC.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? That sounds like stupid and complicated. I don't want to deal with that. Like, I just want to watch a Batman movie about Batman and then not have, like, other stupid shit in it. I just want to watch a Superman movie about Superman without other stuff in it. Maybe down the road, if you decide to make a Batman Superman movie, then I'd be more interested, but, like, I don't need to know about the other universe. I just want to know about, like, the actual cool characters now. I don't care about Mr. Terrific or whatever the heck is going to be in Superman Legacy and Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and...
Metamorpho and Hawk Girl.
Yeah, like, those are not Superman characters.
They could be.
Where's Bibbo?
Maybe Bibbo's in it. We don't know. Yo, if anyone's gonna put Bibbo in a Superman movie, it's probably gonna be James Gunn.
That's true.
Come on, James Gunn. You're not gonna see this, but do it.
Yeah.
Give us Bibbo.
Definitely. I would take back everything I said and then be like, you know what? At least Bibbo is in that Superman movie. And that's all that really matters. Get Bibbo in there. Maybe Superman has crypto for some reason. I'm like, all right, whatever.
It's like, but it's the worst movie since Superman 4. It's like, yeah, but Bibbo's in it.
Yeah. It's the best. He's like the weirdest Superman character, but I like love him when he shows up for some reason.
He's not that weird though.
I know, he's not.
He's a normal guy. He's just like an average Joe working man who's just loves and respects Superman.
I guess like it's just the name.
Yeah, he's got a weird name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a weird name.
But
there's nothing weird about the character.
No. I hope he shows up in My Adventures with Superman, because so far, so good. But, yeah, you know, I would say, for the most part, most of these Tomorrowverse movies have been pretty good. And this is, like, the first one that I've been kind of, like, I don't like it. It's just, like, so uneven for me.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It was okay. It's definitely the weakest one we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Not just in the Tomorrowverse, but like in this line of movies overall.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, the character designs still look good. I mean, this Batman looks awesome. He's like really cool looking to me. You know, I like how Superman looks like Superman. He's got his red trunks and everything again. So I think he did have his red trunks in all the movies, though. I don't know if they ever did, like, you know, Superman without the trunks in these movies.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I'll put a picture here.
Yeah.
Were there trunks in Man of Tomorrow? I don't know.
I think there was, but I don't remember. Yeah.
That's why the picture's here.
Yeah. Like, Wonder Woman looked cool in her Wild West mode.
Is she the Justice Society World War II one? I don't know.
We don't know.
She's just from another universe, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm curious about with this Crisis on Infinite Earths movie. Or is it just going to be like weird different universes that we see just sort of like generically? Or are they going to like reach back into like the backlog of DC animation?
Yeah.
Are we going to get a Fleischer Superman? Are we going to at least see the animated series Batman, even though he can no longer be voiced?
Yeah, like Justice League Unlimited, like Superman the animated series, you know. Even like it would be cool if they were like, yeah, here's like the Batman and some of the other stuff.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
I would at least want to see like a Fleischer styled Superman. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. But we'll see what happens next.
I guess we will.
You know, Norm, I don't know what to say. Maybe skip this one. Unless, I guess it's kind of required viewing, though.
That's how they get you.
And that's stupid, and I don't like that.
What's upsetting you more? The cliffhanger required viewing nature of the story, or the fact that it's the multiverse?
You know, I mean, like, the multiverse is what it is. I can take it or leave it, to be honest. At this point, the only multiverse I'm actually invested in is, like, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse multiverse. Everything else I just find, like, a little bit exhausting. I can deal with this a little bit more just because it's animation, but yeah, I guess that's the new hotness now. They're just like...
Not really.
Yeah. It's been the hotness for a while. I mean, even the CW was just like multiverse.
Yeah, they did that like they were in the multiverse in season 2 of The Flash, which was a long time ago.
I guess it's a little disappointing that, like, in general, like, the comic book properties just have that one gear now where they're just like, hey, multiverse, and it's just like, but I like other stories too.
Well, the live action thing with the multiple Spider-Mans made $1 bajillion.
Yeah. It's true.
So, I mean, not too many people can really play that card.
No.
DC tried. Nobody cared.
Yeah, they definitely tried. Yeah.
Justice League Warworld. It's not really at all what I thought it would be when they first announced it.
Batman should have wore his helmet.
Let it go.
No.
That's fair.
I might have been like, you know what, this movie kind of sucked, but at least Batman had a cool helmet on the whole time, but he didn't even have his helmet.
I mean,
just watched long-haired Bruce Wayne be, like, chained to, like...
some guy.
Some dude, yeah.
For, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Skip this one. I guess that's the Out of Touch podcast for this week. Anything else?
No, I got nothing, man. This was weird. I don't know. Yeah, you could skip it, or watch it for curiosity's sake, because it's got some okay action. I don't know. I got nothing. Bye.